How's it going? My name is Charlie, and I'm here to talk to you about my newest love and oldest fear, education, and more specifically reading. When I was around seven and a half maybe, school was absolutely miserable. I was failing all my classes, and anything that was important in school I was woeful at. Spelling, reading, writing, numbers, all that kind of stuff. At the age of 8, I decided that I loved school but hated class. In school, I had all my friends. It was the best. We made fun. We did whatever we wanted, chased girls, whatever. But in class, I was the worst. And I was in the back of the room, ducking my head, just hoping that she wouldn't call me so I wouldn't have to read. I was kind of like a goldfish in there, just like... And it didn't go great. And the next year, I went for testing. Turns out I wasn't a goldfish. I was dyslexic. Dyslexia is a learning disorder that makes processing symbols, letters, and words, numbers, as fun as a cheese grater to the forehead. It's awful. It's just the worst. But if you have a bit of fun with it, it is very funny at times. I've missed more school events than anyone in my school because I've set the alarm the wrong way around. And I get the alarm in the middle of the night, and sure, that's the good stuff. A bit of lying. At 12, I moved to a special school 2 hours away from my house in the inner city, which I loved because it was in the inner city, 2 hours away from my house. So it was a 5 a.m. wake up to go to school, which was crap. So I left there the next year, and I went back to normal school. And in normal school, something fantastic happened. I was in the middle of my French class with my friends in the back of the room, hiding as usual. And my teacher told me to see her after class. So I thought, oh super, I'm in trouble now. And I met her after class with my friends, and she told me that I wasn't going to sit in the back of the class pretending to do French, just screaming baguette at each other. And I'd have to leave the class and go to a special room for my own unique studying, where me and my friends would do whatever we wanted to do once it was education-based. She called it the education room, which is a terrible name, so we changed it to the Crayola Club. Club with a K, backwards. And yeah, so we just did a bit of learning whatever we wanted. I was the YouTube guy. I used to watch videos all the time on anything. I learned how to roll a coin on my knuckles, like James Bond. Pretty cool. Yeah, I saw it. Pretty cool. Yeah, I learned how to tie my laces with one hand. Not anyone can do that. I can do that. Pretty cool like that. I learned how to write ambidextrous. That was pointless, but it took forever. And that was good. But yeah, the Crayola Club was unique because for the first time I was educating myself in a way that was very non-educationally, and I was enjoying it. I'd pick something I wanted to learn, and I'd learn it within the week. And it was whatever I wanted to do, so it was good. I hate school, but I liked that. I was learning, and I loved it. Then I moved to America with my family for my junior year. And the school I moved to had their own Crayola Club. They called it the Ark. I liked the name. It's like Jesus told Noah, get them back on the ship and get them the hell out of here. But yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I went back to my pointless scholarly studying, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Then my senior year came, and obviously I didn't know what the hell I wanted to study in school, because I didn't really study much except pointless stuff. There's no pointless degrees, so my dad asked me if I'd like to come down to IMG and study here for a year, and I said yes in a heartbeat. And we made a trip down the next day on a plane, and I was sitting on the plane, nothing going on, and my dad told me, okay, the one rule is you have to read this book. And he handed me the book, The Old Man and the Sea. And it was that point, I swear to God, I just begged God that I'd be in that 0.0001% of plane crashes. The book would get wet and I wouldn't have to read it. And I spent 15 minutes pretending to read it. Just get the page flicking and looking back up to see if he's looking at me, and was getting boring, so I ended up starting to read it. I read the first page 3 times, and it was good, which was annoying, so I read a little bit more. And then I read a chapter, which was annoyingly good as well. 2, 3, 6, half the book, full book, and I finished the book on the plane. And first time I read the book cover to cover, which was huge for me. Like Kilimanjaro, hands and knees, backwards. It was good. I was Rocky coming out of that plane. I was running around. I was like, come on, I'll take it. And yeah, I enjoyed it, and I wanted to get it again. So on the way to IMG in the car, we stopped off at the library. Scary place. And just walking around like Jesus. And, yeah, so I was at my dad, and I picked out a book. I picked out a book called The Use and Abuse of Logic, which is obviously what I pick as a novice reader. And I looked up at my dad like, come on, you'll never get me to do another thing. I'm never going to read again. And yeah, I read that first page about 7 times. Still didn't know what was going on, but I enjoyed it. The bits that I did understand, I did enjoy. And it's weird, I learned something from the book, and I can tell you the difference between the fallacious ways of a complex question and the red herring, which is like, what the hell is that? Like, that's good stuff, that's what that is. And since then I've read about 26 books, weird and wonderful, and they're all great. I learn a little bit from every one of them. And the whole experience just kind of changed the way I thought about stuff, and from being a humble goldfish in the Crayola Club to talking at TED, it's changed my life. And I'd like you all to take a second look at what you have and love what you learn. Thank you.